Welcome to Psychology Refresh. Today we're going to go over the 8 weird habits of an INTJ personality type. Make sure to watch each one of them and find out if you have any of them. If the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator assessed you as an INTJ architect mastermind personality type, chances are you have some weird and peculiar habits. Being labeled as weird or awkward might have negative connotations, but for certain people, it can be appealing and separates them from the usual. INTJs have certainly been labeled as odd or peculiar, but this is largely due to people's inability to look beyond the surface. Architects take a different approach to things, which can be perplexing to some others and cause them to misunderstand where the INTJ is coming from. Architects are quite unique, and some of their traits and behaviors can be very bizarre. Find out if you have any of these weird habits, and remember, if you do, think of it this way. You are not some weirdo because of this. You just possess some distinctive features which are typical for your personality type that don't necessarily fit into particular social conventions, and they are often characterized as weird. Furthermore, most of them can help in reaching personal growth and self-improvement, so it is very beneficial to know them. Here are 8 weird habits of an INTJ personality type. Number 1. INTJs can leave immediately. When doing group work or participating in a group activity, some INTJs may get up and leave. Yes, you've heard that correctly. Architects can leave any meeting without a particular reason. This weird habit is not unusual. INTJs have the ability to alter their minds regarding their plans. They will not change their opinions but will benefit from a change of scenery. Allowing themselves to go off on their own for a bit can help architects maintain their energy levels and ultra-focus they like. They'll return eager for more group time after a little alone time. However, they definitely need some time alone to recharge and gather their thoughts. Number 2. INTJs find love very late in life. While most people begin dating in their teenage years, this is often not the case for everyone. Architects are more likely to be alone, and many people are perplexed by this aspect of the INTJ personality type. INTJs often do not understand others who are in relationships but do not share the special connection between each other. People find it a weird habit if someone wants to be alone and be happy without the company of another person. Many people are content to be alone, including many people with INTJ personalities, and most people require the presence of another person in their lives in order to thrive. The INTJ personality type might fall anywhere in the middle. Architects like to know their potential partner well before they start a romantic relationship with them. Number 3. INTJs are easily annoyed. People with the INTJ personality type are quickly irritated. Architects get tired of trying to tolerate everything. Certain actions and individuals can annoy them instantly. Architects are prone to having a string of experiences that are unbearable to them. Many individuals find this weird because they do not react in the same way. Everyone has issues, but an INTJ personality appears to take things very personally. Because INTJs are logical thinkers, it might be difficult for them to understand why others act the way they do. Introverts by nature, people with this personality type can feel irritated if they are forced to spend too much time with others. Some people may take offense to this if they believe they are the source of it. People who aren't used to INTJ personality qualities may find these particular behaviors weird and confusing. They can be perplexing and unpleasant to an INTJ who may not grasp what is going on. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Number 4. INTJs have a favorite company: themselves. INTJs have extremely complex inner thoughts, which they frequently choose to spend time in. They don't need to be with people all of the time, and they may even shy away from romantic relationships while they're younger. INTJs prefer to wait for someone special to come along instead of forcing themselves to be around others with whom they don't fully connect. Being alone with their thoughts and imagination is frequently more fulfilling for the INTJ than mingling with individuals who do not understand or accept them for who they are. Others may find this unusual at times, as they don't fully comprehend why the INTJ needs so much alone time. And when people don't understand why architects need to isolate themselves from social contracts, it's easy for them to think INTJs are weird. Number 5. INTJs will argue for life. Defending yourself in any situation until you're out of breath would seem praiseworthy as long as what you're defending makes sense. However, when it comes to INTJ personality types, this habit is basically a pain in the ass. INTJs have some trust issues. They do not open to others instantly. This obviously affects their friendships and relationships. Furthermore, INTJs despise being proven incorrect. They assume that because they devote so much time to developing the best solutions to their problems, so no one could possibly disagree with them. Even when provided with the exact facts, they will not only maintain their truth, no matter how flawed it may be, but will also correct you or try to convince you that every issue has two sides. It's safe to say that disagreeing with an INTJ will never end well for others. Number 6. INTJs are in the cult with logic. INTJs use their head and logic in it to do everything: think, feel, and decide. While there's nothing wrong with having a logical inclination and being a more analytical person than a feeler, there is such a problem as relying on logic too much. Architects believe that everything has a reasonable explanation, and that as long as they use their knowledge and reasoning to solve problems, they will always find a solution. Well, not everyone needs to listen to it for very long to realize that not everything requires so much dissection and analysis. Sometimes intuition and feeling are the best ways to address problems, while other times there are no perfect answers. This especially applies to romantic relationships and the feelings of other people. Does this mean that INTJs won't attempt everything they can to figure out the answer through logic and reasoning, although it's not applicable? Obviously not. Number 7. INTJs are often too judgmental to build a romantic relationship. To people around them, INTJs can appear cold and unfeeling, making it difficult for them to form long-term relationships. So much so that relationships and even friendships struggle and frequently fail as a result of their inability to entirely let down their guard. Because INTJs may be extremely critical of others, even if they aren't aware of how harsh they can be, dating them can feel more like putting yourself on display for them to tear apart than genuinely getting to know one another. INTJs are one of those people who do better in love when they aren't trying. The more they attempt to make a relationship work, the more judgmental their behavior becomes. As a result, this personality type has a hard time maintaining long-term relations. That's why they sometimes prefer casual interactions, since it relieves them of some of the burden. Number 8. INTJs can be extremely awkward. INTJs may not recognize they have awkward behaviors, but this is due to their lack of social connections. The awkward architects can be blunt and to the point, which can be off-putting to certain individuals who don't enjoy the INTJ's tendency to be harsh in their communication. When the INTJ is attempting to approach a new social scenario, they may appear quite confident, but that doesn't imply they aren't exhibiting some odd behaviors. This is due to their inability to intuitively sense people's feelings or needs, and as a result, they might be too direct and to the point while communicating. Even when the INTJ tries to connect emotionally, they aren't naturally expressive, thus this might be difficult for them at times. Because they are quickly distracted and fatigued with most people, they may appear to be behaving in ways that people do not often bond with. This extreme awkwardness is a very weird habit of an INTJ personality type. These videos will be really helpful for you.